Al Kadosh, Boker Or. We're doing Kinyan Masechta. I'm just giving you an overview now on Rashi and Tosafot, and then we're going to do a quick chazara on the Gemara. Rashi says, everyone's listening outside. Rashi says, Rabbeinu Shlomo Yitzchaki. He was born to Aviva Gadol Rabbeinu Yitzchak. Right, that's why it's Rabbi Shlomo Yitzchaki. His father was Yitzchak. Okay, Be'ir Tarvish, or Tarvesh, I don't know how you say it exactly, and you pronounce it in Tzarfat. Bishnat. Yeah, he says over here like this. Daled Alafim, 4,800. Tarb? Tarb. So that's where he lived. Rashi. Okay, very good. Tarb. Here it has a shin at the end, but okay, fine. Tarvish. Yeah. So he says Bish. Yeah, Toi. Okay. So it says here. Yeah, actually it does make sense more Toi. Because it's Tet Resh Vav Yod Shin. Like Toi. Fine. Daled Alfim Taf Taf, so it's 4,800. B'shana shenisalek Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah, right? The same year, right? That what? Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah passed away. Rabbeinu Gershom was one of the Geonim. So he passed away, and then all of a sudden you had Rashi 4,800. Vaya Dor Lamed Gimel Le'atana Rabbi Yochanan al-Salan. He was the 33rd generation to the Tana of Rabbi Yochanan al-Salan. We're explaining Rashi. So if actually here, if you remember, we have here, yes, Rashi on the Gemara. Here, look. Here you have Rishonim. So you have Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah was until Taf. Yeah, was until Taf. Right? And then you have Rashi was born in Taf. So 1040. Okay? So here you have 1040. That's when Rashi was born. The same year that Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah passed away. Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah lived for 70 years. So he started in 930 until 1040, right? And the right, and Rashi was from 1040 till 1105. He lived for 65 years. You have it here.
Who was the head of the Rishonim?
Rav Gaon, even though it could be that he's already considered still the Geonim, right? But they Luach Rishonim. It started from him, even though it's really from afterwards. Because the Rif for sure was a Rishon. Many people say that the Rif was the first of the Rishonim, right? But here it did bring down these Geonim. The Geonim was Rav Gaon, Rabbeinu Gershom Me'or HaGolah, and Rabbeinu Hananel. You remember we spoke about Rabbeinu Hananel? So that was yesterday. Rabbeinu Hananel and Baruch Uziel. He was from 993 to 1040. He also died the same year as that Rashi was born.
In France, there is it's called the House of Rashi.
Okay.
You see Rashi over here, and they show the branch of all the family.
Wow.
You know, I went to Rabbeinu Tam's grave over there. All the Tosfot and all the
So they made a family tree of Rashi. Fine. Here it's written that Rashi was 33 generations. Yeah. 33 generations to Rabbi Yochanan HaSandlar from Zera Malchut Bet David. Rashi came directly from David HaMelech. Okay? But it's incredible that he was able to go up 33 generations to Rabbi Yochanan HaSandlar.
The Goya gave us a tour. You know what she said? Rashi is the biggest and the French writer that wrote the most books. Goyim and Jews.
Wow. Okay, there you have it.
Also, the writing of Rashi. Rabbi, the writing of Rashi.
Who created?
Which one?
Who created the writing?
Rav Gaon? Rav Gaon was Tafshin Tzadik Tet to Tafshin Tzadik Het.
One to write all the books.
Do 1040 minus do Tafresh Tzadik Tet, Tafshin Tzadik Het. Just do what we have nowadays and then take off the Tafshin Tzadik Het. I don't know. Here it says, put it this way, Tafshin Nun Gimel is 993. So this is Tafshin Tzadik Het. So just add this is 98. So this is going to be add 47 years. Do 993 plus 47.
993 plus 47?
Yeah.
פה תחילת הגאונים?
Il y a dedans.
זה מתי שהוא נפטר.
Il est enterré dedans.
מה?
לא סתם
Il est
שאלתי
là-bas
אותך.
enterré.
אתה לא מכיר, לא שמעת את השם הזה אולי אף פעם.
Ah. Waouh. Fais-moi voir ça.
סעדיה בן יוסף על שלום הגאון.
ומאוד, תראה מה זה, ואתה רוצה לראות את ההיסטוריה שלו לבבל בכלל. תראה את ההיסטוריה שאתה
אוקיי.
בהלם. איזה
אוקיי.
יופי זה.
Fine.
תראה.
Okay, send it to me, please. He
לא,
says not like
אז
this.
אין לך פייסבוק.
Okay, fine. Okay, stop.
תראה.
One second, I just want to check.
Anyway,
No, I want to check.
תראה זה.
והיה דור למ"ג, I don't care if they're מקשיבים or not. I have a class to give. והיה דור למ"ג לתן רבי יוחנן. So we just said that it's the 33rd generation of רבי יוחנן הסנדלר, from זרע הנשיאים מלכו בדוד. ויסופר כי עבור, right, מסירות נפש של אביו. So because of the מסירות נפש of his father, נשמעה בת קול בבית המדרש שלו. There was a בת קול in his בית המדרש. Lemor saying, הנה לך בן מאיר לכל ישראל. You're going to have a child that is going to illuminate all of Israel. ובתוך שנה נולד לו רש"י הקדוש. And in that year he had רש"י הקדוש. ויגדל, right, ולמד אצל אביו. So he learned by his father, Rabbi Yitzchak. ועוד, now remember, during that time, they still didn't have last names. Right, that's why if you realize, his name was Rabbi Yitzchak, right, Elfasi, from Fez. He had a last name. He comes from Fez. Rabbeinu Hananel Bar Chushiel. There's no last names. It's only first names. Rabbeinu Gershom Meor Gola. Rav Hai Gaon. Right? So therefore he says like this. V'yigdav lamad et Tel Aviv. Ve'od, and furthermore, b'yimei alumav, when he was young, natan lo isha, he gave him a wife. She'alda lo gimel banot. Right? That he had 3 girls. Right? Ve'lo azav et Tzarfat. He never left, ve'az azav et Tzarfat. Then he left France. Ve'alach lilmod bevarmizia. Umagensa. Right? So he went to learn in Varmizia and Magenza, אצל 3 מתלמידי רבנו גרשום מאור גולה, רבי בר יקר, ומורי הזקן, רבנו יצחק הלוי מוורמיזה, ואצל רבנו יצחק ממגנצה, שגם מתלמידי רבי גאון. That means basically he went and he was learning by all of the students of Rav Hai Gaon and the Geonim. That means Rashi learned directly from the students of the Geonim.
Which cities, which area?
Right? Magenza and all these places, I think in Italy it could be. I'm not sure exactly. I would have to check up. Right? Rabbi Moshe Adarshan, Rabbi Menachem ben Saruk, והיה דרכו, right? בקודש של רש"י לכתוב כל פירוש עלי קונטרסים, right? He used to write everything on קונטרסים, ובשנת תתל"ג, right? So now in the year 833, okay, נדר ללכת בגלות 7 שנים. He went and he said, I'm going to Galut for 7 years. והגלה באיטליה, right, to ביוון, right? And then he went to Italian לבן, בארץ ישראל, במצרים, וחזר דרך אשכנז, and he came back דרך אשכנז, ואז התחיל לפרסם חיבוריו על התנ"ך והש"ס, וגם שו"ת ופסקי דינים בספר פרדס שלו, right? וכמה סליחות ממנו, we even have סליחות of his. ג' מהדורות עשה על התלמוד, he did 3 different versions on the Talmud, והאחרונה, and the last one is the one that we have in our hands. ודקדק מאוד בלשונו שרמז כמה חידושים בשינוי אות, ושרתה עליו רוח הקודש, שיד רוח הקודש. So he was very, very precise in his language. ואלמלא הוא, and if it wasn't for him, נשתכח דרך התלמוד, right? We would have forgotten the Talmud. ובשנת ד' תתס"ה, right? And during the year 4865, right? 4865, Taf Samichay. That's 1105, right? Kaftet Tammuz biktav tevat tahor b'mesechet makot taf yutet yatsa nishmato betahara. So imagine he's writing the word tahor, right? And he passes away writing that word tahor. That's when he passed away. Yeah. Kaftet Tammuz. Yeah. And mesechet makot taf yutet yatsa nishmato betahara umisham ve'elach hishlimo, right? Mitoch pirush shel chatano arivan. So then it was the Chatan, his son-in-law, that basically they took that pirush and they finished off the Masechet Makot. So he had a whole bunch of leaders coming up from his children. Again, they were all his daughters. He only had 3 daughters. So he had Rabbeinu Meir, right, Bar Shemuel, the Resh, he says over here, Bromrag, Aviv shel Rashbam. Shishlim Pirush Zekinul Masechet Batra. The Rashbam was a grandson. And the Rashbam finished off his Pirush on Baba Batra from Perek Chizkat HaBatim ועל ערבי פסחים, ושל רבנו תם וריבם. וחתנו השני הוא הריבן, עם מגנצה. So he says, והצעיר הוא רבנו אפרים.
And they tell you which daughter.
Yeah, Rashbam, Rashmuel ben Meir, Rabbi Yitzchak ben Meir Rivam. Yeah, Rabbeinu Tam and Rabbeinu Meir.
And they tell you the daughters. Rachel.
Chana, yes.
And the years.
Yocheved Meir ben Shmuel, Rachel Eliezer ben Shmaya. It's incredible that he had the...
I'll send you this.
Yeah, יש אומרים שמסכת תענית ונדרים מאחרים המה. Some people say that in Masechet Ta'anit and Nedarim, it's not really the Rashi. Right? That's why if you actually pick up Nedarim, right?
According to what you just said, is only one of his Chatanim or grandchildren was the one who start writing.
No. He wrote a few versions.
So
right?
the Ktav Rashi is him?
Yeah. That he wrote a few versions.
You see?
You see here it says Rashi, but a lot of people say that it's not really Rashi on the Gemara Nedarim.
Tu écoutes?
Okay.
כתב רש"י
Fine.
זה רש"י כי להקריא מהם.
Next.
הוא אמר שזה לא, הכתב רש"י זה לא הוא שהמציא את הכתב הזה.
כי שמו כן הוא. He comes now Tosafot.
You know who wrote the writing of Rashi? It's not him.
Yeah.
It's the person that took on to rewrite.
To rewrite it. Listen to Tosafot. This is now Tosafot. Tosafot. Yeah. Listen carefully. Tosafot says like this. Ki shmo ken hu. The name of Tosafot is exactly like that. It's a hosafa ala shas and pirush Rashi. Right? Keshem sheshoni abraitot umeasfim ra'u b'peulatam rak Tosafot leMoshe. Just like that's what we called it, the Tosefta and everything else. Right? They only saw that whatever they were adding was an addition to the Mishnah. So to the Talmidei HaNesher HaGadol of Rashi, right? So to the students of the Nesher HaGadol Rashi, they wanted to do a shlama to his pirush. So they called it Tosafot. So this was the beginning of the Tosafot, which started Nimshcha Yoter Mi-200 Shana, for 200 years. Right? אלא שהדברים הלכו ונתפתחו ונסתעפו עד שהיה לתוספות לתלמוד, ובזה קבעו דמותו של דף גמרא. And that's how we started getting the daf of the Gemara, right? But we have Rashi and Tosafot. מימינם משמאלם. Right? מראשוני הבעלי התוספות was רבנו תם, מגדולי חכמי צרפת, והוא למד אצל אביו. He learned from his father. Right? And אחיו רשב"ם, אשר זכה ללמוד עוד לפני זקנו רש"י, that they actually learned from Rashi. Meaning the Rashbam actually learned from his grandfather Rashi. The majority was from his students. The Ria Zaken, or Ria Zaken, he was also Ben Achoto. Again, Chibev Yoter, right? He loved the Ria Zaken, right? This is going to be his nephew, right? He says, each one learned, there were 60 Zakenim in front of them. Each one knew one Masechet called. Right? There's Shishim Masechtot. So each one knew one Masechet called. And then they used to ask from one Gemara to another Gemara. Then they fixed it. Right? There's the Tosot, the Rash Mishantz. Right? וכן היה עם רבותינו בעלי התוספות מאשר תפוצות הגולה, כמו הריבה משפירא, של מה לפני רש"י, right? בעודו, also from תורה. וגם הרעבן, רבי משה הכהן, היה מתלמידי רבינו תם, במגנצה באשכנז. So I think Magenza is, I don't remember what city it is, but I think it's in Germany. Right?
Magenza?
Yeah.
According to that, it sounds Italian. Magenza. אתה לא יכול להפעיל את הגוגל שלך?
Yeah, Magenza is Mainz, a city in Germany.
Wow.
Magenza is Mainz. And Vermiza, what's Vermiza? Kilot Shum. Vermiza, worms. Worms. Worms or Mainz? What? It probably was a reference for him. It could be.
You know, Rabbi,
So one second. Yeah. So he says now like this. He says, right? וכן היה עם הרים אורליונס. Yeah, Orleans. So he says שהרביץ תורה ברבים right בלונדון, ולא עוד אלא שרבנו יחיל מפריס, from חוכמי צרפת, מדד בגולה והעמיד ישיבות רבות בכל מקום, הגיעו עד אשר התיישב בארץ ישראל. וגם שם ימשיך עבודתו הקודש. וכן היה בארצות המזרח והמערב, צרפת, right, ופרובנציה. כולם הוסיפו עוד פירושים וחידושי הערות, וסגו כל אחד בבית מדרשות שבא רבנו אליעזר, מתוך מחוכמי צרפת, וקיצור תוספות שאנס, והוסיף עוד מגדולים אחרים, וזו על פי רוב התוספות שלפנינו. והנה מסורה בידינו שהרב גרשון צונצינו, המדפיס בקוסטנטינה, היה, right, מצאצאי רבנו משה שפירא, מבעלי התוספות תוך, ועל כן לקח עוז בידו להוציא לאור, right, ומקורות של גמרא ופירושה שבתוספות חייב, right, כנחת, חיוב כנחת תפילין. ממש, it's something very interesting. Yeah? I'm not sure.
Algerian.
אז לא.
קונסטנטין. זה באלג'יריה.
Yeah, fine. That was the Tosafot. Look at the En Mishpat on the top left. En Mishpat, הלוהם המראה מקומות וסימני הדינים בפוסקים הראשונים, right? הנקראים גם כמסורת הש"ס, right? ותור האור, right? מהגאון בעל השלטי גיבורים על הריף. Wow, so it's the same one. The שלטי גיבורים on the reef, right, is the same person that wrote, right, the En Mishpat, the Torah Or, and the Mesoret HaShas. So Mesoret HaShas is where it tells you where all the other, places are in the Shas that it mentions it. The En Mishpat, which one? Yeah, it's like a glossary. And the En Mishpat, it tells you where it is in the Rambam, and in the Rishonim, and in the Shulchan Aruch, the Tur and the Shulchan Aruch. So that's the En Mishpat.
Apply it like
We're going to show you in a minute. Yeah, when we look inside. Okay, I'll just read to you the Mesoret HaShas, and then we'll go to a very quick Chazara, because we have to continue. Right? 1 second. Right? Betwa.
Take a picture.
Yeah. Moreno Arav Yosef, 1 second. Moreno Arav Yosef Shemuel. Right? Ben Moreno Arav Tzvi Hirsch. Nin Vedeched, Rabbeinu Natan Mehurdana. נולד בקרמניץ. ועוד בימי אלמואב, היה מפורש לעילוי ולקח, he was like ממש an עילוי. ולקח לאישה את בת הגאון רב יצחק רבי, right, מפרמשלה. I'm not sure who this is. Yeah, וכשנפטר, נשא ביתו של רב, כשנפטרה, נשא ביתו של הרב חיים, רב ישעיה מקרקאו, ושם הרביץ תורה ברבים, היה בקיא נפלא בנגלה ונסתר, ונתקבל לאחד מבדינה הגבוהים שם, והיה מופלא שבסנהדרין. He was the highest one. לא נעשה דבר בעיר without asking him. בימים האלו הפליא לעשות בהגעותיו על הש"ס רש"י ותוספו וראש, ועשה ציונים, מראה מקומו בכל הש"ס והרמב"ם. בזכות הרבים, וציווה לבנו הרב החתן הגאון, בעל הכוס ישוע להדפיס את התלמוד עם הגאות, ושנה כל הש"ס, מ"ב פעמים, וקיים ודיברת בם. So bam is 42. הגאון בעל החוק יעקב ידידיו שהיה יחיד בדורו בתורה גדולה, הוא בעל מקובל גדול ונורא. right? וכ"ה שנים למד תורה מעומד. He was always learning Torah standing. והיה דבריו נשמעים בשמיים כאחד מהראשונים. מלבד הגאות אשר עשה, הניח אחריו עוד חידושים רבים ושו"ת, אך שעדיין לא נתפסו. ובערב שבת קודש ראש חודש כסלו, שנת תס"ד, נתבקש בישיבתו של מעלה. So that's when he passed away. Fine, okay, let's go.